everyone, it's B, and if this is your first time on this channel, hi, I'm vegan. Yeah, that's what people usually think you do all the time. Having been a vegan for nearly 3 years now, and I'm like one of the most neutral vegans you will find out there. I just do it for my own reasons, and I don't really try to shove it in everyone's face, but you still tend to get a lot of conversations with a lot of questions about it along the lines of, where do you get your protein? What if you were on a deserted island? Plants have feelings too, you know? I tried being vegan, but I was hungry all the time. But what about evolution? Where do you get your protein though? Wouldn't all the animals die out if everyone was vegan? Well, but I have canine teeth. But wait, I mean, I know no one asks you this, but what about protein? That was fun doing that roleplay. Today I wanted to tackle, as a neutral vegan who's not committed to any specific diet of raw till whatever, starch-based, that-based, this-based. I eat kind of everything that's along the lines of vegan. I wanted to respond to two of the questions, which are, how do you stay full and where do you get all of your nutrients? Me and my mom have been vegan for almost 3 years now. My stepdad's been vegan for like 2 years, and all of us do blood work around every 3 months, and all of our blood tests are virtually perfect, and I kid you not, like I wouldn't be saying that online if it wasn't true. And if for me, being a young person, a bad blood test normally wouldn't be that big of a problem, it's something you really see in someone who's, you know, over 40. Older people tend to have, you know, increased cholesterol levels, they struggle with different deficiencies and things like that. And all of us now eat a healthy vegan diet. We try not to eat a lot of junk. I just wanted to give you guys 8 pointers from my personal experience of how to get all of your necessary nutrients and still feel super full on a vegan diet. First off, I try to incorporate a lot of legumes like beans, lentils, and chickpeas into my diet in order to get myself the protein. That's like the most popular vegan question you ever have, and honestly I always buy canned beans in Tesco and I add it to everything. The necessary amount for protein for a female is only about 52 grams a day, and also different legumes are full of magnesium and potassium, folate, iron, which I know a lot of people are deficient in, and they make you feel really full. So if you have some beans with your meal, then you're gonna stay satiated for a really long time. Also, hummus is one of the most wonderful snack foods. It has a lot of protein. You can eat it by dipping veg in it, or just eating it with a spoon, or putting on some bread or whatever. It's really, really tasty and really good for you. Number 2 is starchy and fatty vegetables. Something that is very cheap and that I eat a lot on my student diet are different potatoes and starchy vegetables, which people tend to kind of be scared of a lot of times, but you shouldn't be, because actually if they're not fried in oil and with a lot of sodium added, they're perfectly fine foods. And if you eat a lot of starch-based vegetables, they can actually contribute to weight loss because of the way the starch breaks down in our body. Potatoes have vitamins B6, C, a lot of potassium and copper, and sweet potatoes are a very rich source of vitamin A. As for fatty vegetables, my favorite one is avocado, and that's the one thing I will definitely eat for breakfast to kind of sustain me for a longer time throughout the day. I find that I feel much fuller after a savory breakfast than a sweet one, and avocados are perfect, and I usually have like one like small size avocado a day, and they have tons of mono unsaturated fat in them, which is the really good kind of fat, help you sustain healthier skin and just a healthier appearance. Avocados also have a lot of vitamin K and vitamin E, and also pantothenic acid. My favorite breakfast is 100 zillion% avocado on toast. Call me a common white girl, I don't care. It's delicious, and I usually have it on whole grain bread, and Number 3 is incorporating different kinds of nuts and seeds in your diet. Nuts and seeds have a lot of heart-healthy unsaturated fats, vitamin E, and protein in them, so if you're hungry, then that's a good thing. Of course, don't overdo it, but it's a good thing to have in between some meals. A couple of days ago, The Beginnings actually sent me a big box of snacks, and they're going to be selling in the UK as well now, which is really good news. And I've been buying their produce from, you've probably heard this a million times, Raw Garden. It's a restaurant in Latvia for like 4 years now, and they have so many freaking options for healthy snacks, like I can't even like tell you. So they have all of these kind of dried vegetable chips like cabbage chips and beetroot chips that are kind of covered in nuts, and if you have snacks, then make sure to snack healthy. Cookies that look like this in little square boxes, and there's like sea buckthorn and apple, coconut and ginger. My absolute favorite ones by far are the oat and bilberry cookies. They are so soft, they're very coconutty. I know they're gonna start selling at Whole Foods, so you can try find them there. If you're in Latvia, go to Raw Garden, try these. They're amazing. Only thing that I want to warn you about, these products have honey in them. Some of them have agave, but a lot of them have honey. And the thing with honey is I wouldn't really probably like buy it in a shop and squeeze it out on my food on purpose, but if it's contained in products, I still eat it because having done some reading and some research, bee populations are dying out. That's something that everyone knows about. If not this commercial beekeeping where they take away the honey from the bees that the bees make for themselves, there wouldn't be the bees, and there wouldn't be enough of them to actually pollinate crops, because with all of our human impact on the planet, we are killing their environments, their natural environments. The beginnings actually make all of their food raw, all gluten-free, sugar-free, and all the honey, I actually asked them, comes from Latvian farmers, and it's my little country and I know that they're treating their bees well. It's a local industry, I want to support that. They're keeping the bees alive, so to me personally honey is not that big of an issue. I can put some sources in the description box if you want to read into it, but that's just my personal decision. Number 4 is if you're having vegetables for dinners or for lunches, then make sure to have a big variety and really big portions, because vegetables aren't generally dense in calories. Everyone knows that, so don't be scared to really fill up your stomach. I love steaming broccoli and asparagus on the stovetop. Actually, one of my favorite things I found shopping here in the UK is that they sell frozen spinach. It saves you so much time being a student to just have frozen vegetables, but I usually add like 2 blocks of this frozen spinach into anything I eat. It tastes delicious. I personally love the taste of spinach, and spinach and green leafy veg have a ton of iron. It's like one of the most iron-rich foods you will ever find, and it's so great for your blood and it really replaces the iron that other people get from their meat. Very importantly, dark green leafy vegetables have tons of calcium in it for your bones to be strong. 5 is mushrooms, and mushrooms are a food that is actually really low in fat, it's gluten-free, it's low in sugars, it's low in sodium, really low in calories, but at the same time, somehow magically mushrooms digest in your body for absolutely ages, so they make you feel full for the longest time. They are really rich in selenium, potassium, riboflavin, and vitamin D. I love using portobello mushrooms if I make any kinds of like a veggie burger. Put some vegetables in a pot just to boil and just add mushrooms into it to boil along with it. Represent meat in a meat eater's diet because that digests in your body for a long time as well. So they will keep you full, they will keep you energized and get you going. Number 6 is grains, and that's another way to kind of keep your diet still cheap while being vegan, is just getting a lot of different grains into it. And grains generally have a lot of fiber, a lot of iron in them. You can read information on different grains of what specific ones have, but I love having oats, I love having pearl barley. I make buckwheat groats and brown rice a lot to go with my vegetable portions. I also love having like homemade muesli, and I always buy these when I'm at home in Latvia, so this is genuinely a blessing that they were kind enough to send it to me. But me and my family have been buying this dehydrated raw muesli from the beginnings for ages now, and we have it for breakfast a lot. All of these ones are made from buckwheat groats. They have a lot of different dried out seeds in them, berries like cranberries and goji berries, and they're really delicious and they're super duper healthy for you. Number 7 are different nut butters and seed butters and tahinis, and that's a really great addition to your food. Who doesn't love peanut butter? Like, that's one of my favorite, with again a lot of polyunsaturated fats and fiber and really good proteins for you. Peanut butter is pretty self-explanatory. You can just add it to your porridges, to basically anything, put it on bread. Like, I don't have to explain to you how to use peanut butter. But tahini is something a lot of people don't really use in their daily lives. Tahini is used in hummus, but it's actually sesame seed paste, and it's really delicious. And finally, number 8 are all kinds of soya products and tofu and all of these wonderful things that are actually really great to have in your diet if you're vegan, because, for example, all kinds of soy milks that you would have B12 put into them, so you wouldn't need to supplement it anymore because you get your daily dose from the milk. A lot of them are also full of calcium, riboflavin, vitamin K. A lot of people don't like tofu because it doesn't really have a taste, but tofu is like a sponge. If you put it in any marinade, it's gonna adapt to any taste you want, and it's gonna be delicious. I actually have a recipe for really yummy like tofu and mushroom burgers on my channel. I'm gonna link it down below and also put like a little box in here so you can click on it. I like to use tofu to just cut it up and add to my salads, so the salads have more nutritional value and will keep you fuller for a longer time. Tofu and soy products and soy cream cheeses and soy yogurts are all delicious. Not all of them are necessarily healthy, like a soy cream cheese would probably not be the healthiest option you could have, but they're really, really yummy and just a really good addition to your diet to keep you fuller. And also remember that it's really important to try find organic soy products because a lot of the soybeans are GMO. So that was everything for my extensive list. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I forgot anything, or maybe your favorite tip for keeping full while you're on a vegan diet. If you have like some one specific superfood that you really love to use, I would love to know, so tell me down below. But yeah, don't be scared of change. Veganism is a healthy and wonderful diet and no one goes hungry on it because there's so many different things that you can have that are also cheap. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. It's good for the planet, it's good for the animals, and it's good for you. So I really recommend you just trying it out, maybe for a week, for 2 weeks, eating different kinds of amazing foods and see how you feel. I am wishing you all my best this weekend and I love you all. See you in my next video.